he whips out his phone and like I'm like, what are you doing? And he scrolled, you know how you can save and bookmark images on Instagram. He had a saved folder with my name and it was all Instagram pictures that he said I needed to delete to date him.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Single Sounds. I'm your host, Katie Mack, and if you're single living in London and are looking for a date, you've come to the right place. This is the first episode of August, and would it be a British podcast if I didn't have a moment to moan about the weather? I'm praying the weather is a bit better for us in London this month. I came back from Canada a couple of weeks ago and honestly I've been outraged at the weather. Outraged. So I'm hoping this projection into the universe improves things for us. I am also seeking some male guests this month to be featured in September. So if that could be you, or you know a guy who has so much potential and would be a great date for Single Sounds listeners, get in touch via Instagram or email. This week's guest is just too much fun, and her worst date story has actually won a competition at a live show. So yeah, it's a good one, and has plenty of other dating work experience added to her resume. She is looking for something serious now, but it wouldn't be complete without her love of flirting and some PDA on the side. Conspiracy theories are her thing, and you'll witness on this episode she will suss you out spiritually before you've finished your beer. Hello, welcome to Single Sounds.
Hello.
Happy you're here. Let's start with your profile, your who, what, where. So who are you sexually attracted to?
I would say traditionally men, but recently in my dating kind of exploration
Journey.
I've been dabbling slightly, but it's not something that I've like fully explored myself, and actually I've never really told anyone outside of my like friendship circle, so this is a new thing. Well, actually it isn't a new thing, it's just like a new thing to be like more open about. Yeah,
that's cool. And how about what are you looking for?
Well, I would be lying if I said I wasn't eventually looking for something serious. But I think recently in like the last year, I'm 25 now. 25 for me was a bit of like a pivotal year. It was like the year that I really understood what it was to be single. I've nearly been single for 8 years. Okay. So I've had a lot of time, and I think in those first few years, I was just constantly like chasing the need to be in a relationship. And it wasn't until I dated someone last year for a very short amount of time that it made me realize like how much I was depending on that feeling of needing someone, that it actually made me realize, no, you need to go and enjoy life. Like, do you want to go out and explore other options and just enjoy dating? And I think now I see the world differently. It's very cringy, but like I've got my eyes wide open now, and it's like, wow, like I'm so lucky to be single.
Yeah, no, I agree. I love reframing it to be like, it's actually a really special time that you can focus on you and like do whatever you want. Definitely. And some people, I think, just jump into relationships. I've been guilty of it 100%.
Definitely. And I think when you kind of open your eyes to that, more opportunities surface. And I hate it when people say to me, oh, they'll come when you least expect it. Like, that's yet to happen to me, but I've always been that person that enjoys the pursuit and also like being the person who takes the action. So it's just, for me, dating work experience, and that's how I've seen it. Like why would I not add to my resume and have all these amazing stories, you know, exactly, for the future?
I love that. It's just like, it's another fun story. If a date goes terrible, like just bring it to the girls at brunch.
Definitely. Oh my gosh, the dating stories, the sagas.
Yeah. I agree. Oh, there's such a nice quote. It's like, some people come in for a reason, some people come in for like, what is that?
Reason, season, and a lifetime.
Nice. There you go.
I think that kind of goes across relationships and friendships.
Yeah, 100%.
It's crazy how much has changed since 2020. I feel like my life has just really taught me so many lessons in such a short space of time, but I feel really ready now to just embrace it, enjoy it, and you know, come on a dating podcast. Why wouldn't I say yes to that? Like, why not?
No, it's good. I think also it's just so healthy reframing them that way, so you don't get all down in the dumps of like, why is no one picking me? Is it me? Like, is there something wrong with me? I think that's so negative.
Definitely.
And it's never you. It's always the other person.
And it's not until you actually act confident in yourself and kind of, I don't want to say like do what they did to you to somebody else, because I don't believe in that, but I think sometimes you'll date people that you're not 100% into.
Yeah, you know what it feels like.
Yeah, you realise like, oh, they're not a horrible person. It's just, it's not right. It's not the right fit. Like, let's keep it moving. And I think that's completely changed my outlook on everything.
Yeah, it's so true. There's plenty of people you go on dates with and you're like, they're not my person.
Yeah.
And if that happens back to you, like, it's normal.
100%.
Not everyone's gonna like you. Yeah. This sounds so healthy.
I know, it's almost positive. As if I've healed.
Healed.
I hope I have.
Okay. Any height age preferences?
Ooh, height's not a massive issue. I've dated all sorts of guys. I mean, I'd like, in an ideal world, you kind of do this whole like tall, dark and handsome thing, but then my type is never that. So I just kind of go with the flow, and that kind of comes, you know, how it comes.
Yeah.
Age-wise, do you know what? I wouldn't say no to a slightly younger guy. I've dated slightly younger guys, but I think it would be nicer possibly to date someone older who's kind of in a more mature phase of their life. But you know, I think it just depends on the person. Maturity and age, they don't really correlate in the same way as for women, I feel like.
No. Okay, final bit of the profile is, where would you like to date?
Ooh, well, I travel a lot. So I would say all over the world. I love to date when I travel. I find I'm most confident, most myself. And I don't know, I feel like it's like, because there's an expiration date on the time that I'm in that country or that place, it feels very exciting, and there's like a new possibility for dates in places that you would never maybe date again. Like, I've had dates in Paris recently. I've done
that's cool.
dates in the Maldives, in Thailand, like all over the world.
Insane.
And I just think, why the hell would you like not do it? And do you know what? It's so exciting to date that way. It brings like a different experience.
Interesting. Yeah, fun. So you don't have to be in the UK at all. They can literally be in the Maldives.
No, anywhere, guys.
Everyone and
just
anyone.
Broadening the
wherever.
The options.
We're going to move on to the 3 A's. This is what you need for a successful romantic relationship.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Acceptance, adventure, and affection. So the first section is acceptance.
Okay.
This is, will they be accepting of your flaws and your quirks? And your most controversial opinion.
Oh gosh, that's going to be interesting. Are we diving straight into what they are?
Mm-hmm.
Oh goodness. Okay, sorry if this is not ticking any boxes for anyone, but I love a conspiracy theory. I don't know whether it's TikTok or just my experience as I'm a journalist, basically. I don't write the hard-hitting news, but I do observe the hard-hitting news. And I don't know, something about it just doesn't sit right with me sometimes. Like, I never see face value things as necessarily the truth or 100% correct. I think I've just turned into a bit of like a
little detective.
Yeah, a little detective, but also I feel like quite spiritually awake. I don't want to be one of those people that says that, but I do kind of feel like there's more than meets the eye with a lot of situations. And sometimes I'll see something and people see things so black and white, and to me I feel like there's so much more to it than that. And you know, if you accidentally stumble across a TikTok, that's it, you're sucked in, and you know, you can find yourself having those affirming opinions because other people are feeling the same way. So again, it's an algorithm thing. I think I'm just, maybe my TikTok's a bit strange, but that's probably where the controversies lie.
I get loads of conspiracy theories. Like, we were talking about the submarine earlier.
Yes.
I got so many of those being like, because the CEO's on board, it was all planned. Like,
yes,
and I'm like,
JP
you know
Morgan.
Maybe.
I know, but this is the thing. I feel like,
why not?
Why could it not be?
Yeah.
And I feel like there's so many things that have happened in the last 3-ish years that are so wild that it's like, I feel like anything can happen. This is just, you know, conspiracy theory roulette. Like, what are we going to get next?
Yeah.
And I think I've kind of got to that stage in life where I'm like, I'm not I don't read things as the truth all the time, and I think maybe to someone it might not be a good fit, but to other people they might think, oh, okay, she's quite like open-minded.
Yeah, I think
things.
it just sounds like you're curious, and I don't always think taking stuff for face value every time is actually that attractive. I'd quite like someone with a critical mind of being like, actually, who is writing this and what do they want to gain from this article?
Just being open-minded to it, and also like kind of accepting that maybe you and your partner won't have 100%, the same opinions.
Oh, you're not. And I think it would be boring if you did.
Yeah. But a healthy debate is a good debate.
Discussion.
We love to open the conversation.
Yeah, you're never going to agree on everything. No. And if you do, that means someone's just lying. They're just not telling the truth.
Or just making themselves kind of fit the bill.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not, keep the peace rather than authentic. Actually, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. 100%. No, I like it. I would love to discuss conspiracy theories with you all afternoon.
Let's do it. Let's do it on another podcast.
Let's have a new one. Just like the weekly conspiracy theories. To be honest, I bet that already is a podcast.
There probably is.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one.
I would listen to it.
And then the second question is, what do you wish more people understood about you?
Probably I don't really know how to explain it unless you know me. I take a lot of pictures and I document a lot of my life, but a lot of the things that I document and kind of keep a hold of, people don't really see. And some might say it's a little bit kind of hoardery.
Okay.
But there's like a method to the madness. Like for some reason, I've done it since I was a child. I will like write in a diary and do that kind of thing. But also I found like bits of paper where I've like written to my future self.
Oh, I do that. I've done that.
Oh, thank God I'm not a weirdo.
No, you're not.
Oh my gosh.
I've written myself birthday cards.
I do all these types of things. Yeah, but this I think to some might sound really odd, but I mean, some of the notes that I found are from like 5, 6, 7-year-old me.
It's really cute. And
it's
your
really
priorities
sweet,
are so different. Like, I know I've written one when I was like 10 or 11 for 30-year-old me.
Oh,
so I'm going to open that soon. And I'm really excited. I know where it is.
Those types of like memory collections are really special. And I take a lot of photos, and I think my family sometimes are like, oh my goodness, why do you keep taking a million photos in different moments? And I'm the type of person that people kind of come to and say, oh, do you have that photo from this time? And it'd be like, yep, I do. And I will whip out the photo albums, or I'll get out the album on my phone. And I don't mind being that person, but I think some people kind of, unfortunately now with technology and kind of social media, kind of construe that as fake. As being fake or wanting to document everything. And some people kind of, take it in kind of like a surface level way, but actually it's just me like really soaking in the moment and enjoying where I am and wanting to have that moment kind of safe for later.
I get it. Funny. Let's move on to adventure. So you're going to take us on an adventure with your stories.
Oh my goodness me.
Starting with the crowd favourite of what is your worst dating story?
Okay, guys, buckle up. I've actually told this story before, and I told it, do you know the girls' bathroom?
Oh, yeah.
So I went to their live show.
Oh, my God, fun.
I actually stood up and told this date story, and I actually won worst date of the night. Yeah, which was
so cool.
Mental. There was 4 other girls that had like worst dates, and everyone had to like applaud. Honestly, I couldn't even believe it. It happened actually this year. But I went on a date with a guy who, I'm going to admit, I went on 2 dates with him. The first date was like an absolute red flag bloodbath. Like, it was like horrendous. I went for drinks with this guy, and every time it was like my round to pay, he would double park himself, chug a beer and like the most expensive cocktail on the menu. He was being like very rude to me, and then at one point I was kind of texting my friend to be like, I need to get out of this situation. He came into the girls' bathroom and asked me if I wanted to sleep with him, and I was like, absolutely not. This bit I actually omitted from the girls' bathroom thing because I was like, I'm not telling this full story. Somehow still won. But for some reason, unbeknownst to me, I decided to go on a second date with him because I really wanted to go to Winter Wonderland.
Oh, fine.
Post-COVID.
Acceptable.
And I thought, do you know what? I really just need to go. And
Yeah.
so I decided to go. And that day I'd been at like a work expo and been given and like gifted a bottle of wine and managed to kind of smuggle it into Winter Wonderland. Turned up, he decided to open this bottle that was a gift and drink it to himself.
He didn't share.
No, he like drank my glasses of this wine.
That's insane.
Which was mad. And then the real kicker was he was just like all slurry and rude. I don't know why, but I paid for the food and drinks of this particular round.
Yeah, he's literally using you as bankroll.
Oh, 100%. And he whips out his phone. And like, I'm like, what are you doing? And he scrolled. You know how you can save and bookmark images on Instagram? He had a saved folder with my name. And it was all Instagram pictures that he said I needed to delete to date him. And he was like,
no,
going
as in like
through,
you said, like they're inappropriate.
Yeah, he was like, if I was with you, like this would have to be deleted. This is inappropriate. I don't like this outfit. Like he was literally.
Sorry, sir. Who are you?
He was going in. I was like, are you my PR manager?
Yeah,
like
what?
okay. So I was like, I need to get out of here right now. Like,
Yeah.
why did I do this to myself? Like, I knew he was a massive red flag.
Also, did he have folders of other girls? Like
Possibly, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, he had loads of folders, but
Yeah.
it had my name in block capitals. And I was like, what the
so
hell?
weird.
And I had actually matched with him on Hinge.
So yeah, he'd done a lot of like digging.
He dug away. Like, I mean, he was like next level detective. And then as we were sort of like leaving in Winter Wonderland, you know how it's like that big... I can't remember what it's called, where all the people like eat and drink.
Yeah.
We were sat there, he was drinking my wine, and I thought, gosh, this guy is a knob. I need to leave right now. And this girl comes up to us and starts chatting with him. And like, he doesn't introduce me to her. He doesn't say anything. She's with a girlfriend. And then he basically says, oh yeah, I dated that girl. And then I'm not joking you, this happened 4 other times afterwards on the same date as we were just trying to leave the venue. And then one girl, like, I don't know how you describe this. She was like...
She did the hand to the neck.
To the neck, like, don't go there. And she was like giving me the eyes, like, don't go there. And I think she dated him as well because she was like looking at him like, no,
Yeah.
don't. And I think he was a serial dater, to be honest, because he seemed to know everyone.
With all those albums.
Yeah, with all those albums. But that was like such a bad date experience. And there was like more to it, but like his personality was just... so awful, unfortunately. He was just really horrible, and because I didn't feel confident in myself, the bar was that low. I was like, right, okay, this is not good. I was like,
terrible.
I was like, you need to work on yourself.
No, that is wild, to be fair. That it does sound like trash.
It wasn't great. The bar was really low at this point. But this is why, ladies and guys, just know your worth.
Yeah.
Like, don't put yourself through it. I knew it was going to be hell, and I still went to Winter
just gone by
Wonderland.
yourself.
Do you know what? All I wanted
With
was a
wine.
glass of Glühwein.
Yeah.
And just to enjoy the vibes, and it was awful. And I should have just gone on my own. I probably would have had a better time on my own.
Could have made friends.
I know. Definitely.
It's tragic.
Yeah.
Okay, next is never have I ever, but you want to do it?
But I want to do it. Okay. I really want to join the Mile High Club.
Ah, nice.
I really want to join the Mile High Club. I saw 2 couples. Well, I say I saw. That sounds really wrong. I
followed them to the bathroom.
the behaviour of a couple on the way to the Maldives.
Oh, nice. Maybe it was like their honeymoon.
I needed to brush my teeth because it was like a night flight into the morning, and I was like, right, I'm gonna get up, and you know the kind of the toilets on the bigger planes where it's like 2 sets of toilets and they're facing each other.
Yeah.
I was kind of like waiting, and there's curtains, so I was like, okay, these guys have extra privacy. And they came out smirking and like sniggering out of the bathroom, and I was like, get it, girl, I want some of that. Like,
they came out the same one.
Yeah, they came out
just
the same
like
one.
obviously didn't even wait.
Obviously within the curtain space. So I was in the curtain space, so like it was just me, really.
Yeah.
But I was like, do you know what, I actually do really want to do that, and I've not worked out, it definitely is not going to be an easy jet flight situation, guys, because that too small a toilet. I just want to see what it's like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not promising it's going to be amazing, but
No.
I just want to take it off.
I thought most people would just wait, so then like one person would leave and then the other one would just shut the door. And then like even if like you were there, you then still would see both of them, but like it wouldn't be as obvious.
Yeah, I mean I don't know how it's gonna work.
Yeah.
I think confidence is key.
Yeah.
If you do it, you have to commit to it.
Agreed. Maybe that's just why they were like, you know what, just gonna walk out.
Mile high clubbing. Mile high clubbing. Oh my gosh. It
No,
could be a nightclub.
That was a really good one to do though. I feel like lots of people, that is on their bucket list.
I think so. I think people are just kind of scared to do it. I think if you were with a confident person, you're both equally like confident. Get a few drinks in you.
I was gonna say, get that.
It doesn't have to be sex. You know,
just go to the Weatherspoons. You can
do something.
I think
something.
Honestly,
happen.
I think it would just be hilarious just going in there and having a little kiss.
I'd love it. I'd be so down.
Like you said, you'd probably come out giggling because you know that you're like not meant.
You're not meant to be in there.
I would be a little bit worried about CCTV, but I feel like
on the plane.
I don't know. I feel like they should have it for security reasons.
Possibly.
Not in the loos, obviously that's weird, but it's in like in the corridors. I'd just be worried they'd like see it and be like, "We saw you come out."
We saw you come out.
But what are they gonna do? You could just say, "Oh, one of us was sick," but they know that's a lie.
That's so true.
Oh, I have to help him. Don't know.
I know. I feel like I'm going to have to do some research on this.
Yeah.
Some digging.
I'm sure there's tons of TikToks
about it.
TikTok University to the rescue. Okay. Oh, this leads on nicely actually to affection section.
Affection section?
Affection section.
Oh my gosh.
But not on a plane, but maybe someday.
There you go.
This one is, what are you weirdly attracted to?
Ooh, what am I weirdly attracted to? Physically, I think like flaws. Flaws in someone. So I don't want to say enough flaws.
It's like, you're like, floorboards?
You're like, what are you talking about?
Someone has nice flaws?
Like, traditionally, you kind of believed flaws that might actually make someone quite endearing. So like a scar or...
Oh yeah,
not a pirate, but like...
No, I find that attractive.
I find it really attractive.
Yeah.
Like something that kind of tells me a story but doesn't tell me a story.
Yeah.
Like for some weird reason, that's kind of draws me in. And then I like sometimes, aka most of the time, to shoot the shot.
Okay.
So I quite like it. I find it like weirdly attractive, I guess, if the guy is more open to that and more relaxed about it, because then it doesn't make you look like a weirdo. Because some guys are like, oh my gosh, why are you coming on to me? But it's like, well, I'm not going to miss out on this opportunity. You're clearly not taking the hints, or you're not getting to the punchline, so I'm just going to do it for you.
It's good.
I've got no time to lose here, so let's go. But yeah, I think I don't know if that's something that I'm really attracted to. I don't really know where I would categorize that.
Yeah, it's just you need someone to give you space.
Yeah,
so you can initiate,
definitely,
flirting.
and kind of be accepting of it.
No, it makes sense.
But yeah,
I think it fits in this category.
I mean, there's other things, but I don't want to dig myself too deep a hole.
Okay, how about what are your biggest icks? We'll go the other way.
Ooh, biggest icks. I would say, I guess someone who maybe puts down, I guess this is coming from experience, but like someone who puts down your passions or like your hobbies or things that like really lights you up, and like they expect you to give that energy to them and their things, but like the minute you talk about what you're doing, it's like they couldn't care less, or they think it's annoying or an ick, or they kind of don't reciprocate the energy. You know, that could be anything from astrology. I'm going to throw it out there. There's a lot of astrology girlies and guys out there, you know, like,
yeah,
you don't have to like counter it with like belittling the person.
Yeah, saying like, oh, how could you believe that? So
yeah,
stupid.
Or oh gosh, I definitely won't date you now. It's like you could be missing your person.
Yeah,
through like totally just disengaging in that moment. They could literally be your person. So yeah, I think being more open and receptive to those things and not just shutting them down.
Yeah.
And then I think physically, like poor hygiene is an ick.
Yeah, I get that one so much.
So like
everyone's experienced all these poor hygiene.
The mouth.
Oh, okay.
The mouth area is like, I mean, I'm kind of out myself. Like I don't wake up many times to certain people in the morning and be like, turn over and be like, oh my gosh, yay. But like it would be nice if they kind of thought, oh, do you know what? I'm going to brush my teeth. Or just like freshen up for the occasion. Yeah, it doesn't make me feel great if they're kind of not hygienic in
Yeah,
the mouth
yeah.
department.
No, it's fair. You're not going to want to kiss someone that's just
No.
like not brush their teeth in
And I'm
24
not a fan
hours.
of morning breath. Like, I don't want to do it in the morning.
Okay.
Controversial opinion. There you go. There's a controversial opinion.
No,
I hate morning sex. I said
have,
it.
I have a couple friend that are like literally the same. One only wants to do it in the evening, one only wants to do it in the morning, and they're just like, they struggle.
Yeah, but
they have
this
to
is
compromise.
the thing. This
Someone
is the thing
has to compromise.
Yeah. I just feel like I feel more sexy at night.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it can happen in the day, but just not the morning.
Yeah.
Let me have a coffee and then brush my teeth. And like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, actually, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I actually have like a deep fear of the mouth. Like,
Fear of the mouth.
brush your teeth,
But
and then maybe we could try it.
Do you not over brush, but do you brush like 3 times a day, or just do?
Okay, so I brush twice a day, but I bring mouthwash everywhere, wherever I go.
Yeah, it clearly is a big thing for you.
It's a big thing. Oh gosh, am I sounding like a weirdo? I probably am.
No, you're being honest. This is what this is all about, like being genuine and authentic. Because
There you go.
someone would find this out anyway. Like,
That's true.
In
That's true.
a few dates' time, it might not even be months.
Yeah.
So we're just speeding up that process.
Yeah, I feel like as well I'm quite an open book. I will kind of be as honest and open as possible. So
Yeah. I think that's how you build genuine connections fast.
Mm.
Like, you're not getting anywhere by not telling anyone anything like this. Okay, we're going to do your bestie rec section. So this is your
Oh my gosh.
friend's recommendation of why someone should date you.
Oh my gosh.
You excited?
I forgot about this.
Everyone does, it's funny.
And I haven't heard it.
Surprise again.
Oh my god, okay.
Okay, so why would you want to date? I mean, why wouldn't you? She's super talented, career driven, hardworking, and all wrapped up in the warmest energy. She's sassy as hell, and her spiritual side will have you sussed out quicker than you can drink your first beer. She'll know your sun, moon, and rising before the end of the date. Oh, and she uses sexual classy energy, making boys and girls fall at her feet. What more could you want? I've never met anyone quite like her. She's adorable and 100% wifey material. She'll keep you on your toes in life and the bedroom.
Oh my god, I love
That was perfect. She did really well there.
Oh my gosh.
She encapsulated you so
I mean, I
nicely.
wouldn't have picked anyone else to do that. She knows me very well.
Yeah. It was nice. It was like really
Aw.
punchy. And she got in your astrology.
She did.
Just in case you didn't
Sun,
mention
moon,
it.
and rising. That's hilarious. Big three.
I loved her like analogy of you'll suss everyone out spiritually before they've even finished their beer. It's so cute.
Sometimes I have got them quite right though, like the vibes. But I
Like,
don't.
what, you can like guess.
I can
people's
kind of
signs.
guess. Yeah.
Can you
I
guess
think
mine?
it's. Oh, possibly.
I think
but
I'm
on
quite
the
a
spot.
hard one. My son.
Your son.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I mean, you do give me quite watery energy. Like,
Oh.
are you a water sign?
Yeah, I want to say yes. I don't even know now.
Okay, that makes it trickier.
Or maybe I'm not. Is there an air? Is air a thing?
The air is one.
It's definitely one of those.
It's definitely one of those. Possibly air then. Maybe like an Aquarius. That's air sign, but Aquarius.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ah!
That's so good.
I feel like
You
it's...
get that energy.
Yeah, and some people like accidentally give like clues to like their element. I find if I can figure out their element, what they're ruled by, I can kind of gauge
That's
the vibe.
what I did, I guess, because I was like, is that water? I was thinking of the symbol, and I was like, yeah, it looks like waves. And then I was like, actually, I think it's air. You can clearly, I don't know loads.
But you do give very like watery energy, so I'd feel like I'd have to look at your chart.
Oh yeah, I've got either my rising or my moon is a Cancer, and people are like, that makes more sense.
Yeah, if it's your rising, that's how people kind of first meet you and first
Yeah.
interpret your energy. So that's maybe where
Yeah,
you could be a Cancer rising.
Cancer rising. I don't know, and I can't remember what the other one is, but apparently people that know, when they look at the chart, they're like, it makes more sense.
Yeah. But I love that when you can kind of not pretend like you know someone inside out, but you can kind of understand what makes them tick. And it's kind of like a love language. I feel like if you're aware of it and you're conscious of like what makes you, you can build stronger foundations in
Yeah.
your career, your like relationships, your friendships.
100%. I think like
That's
at the
how
end
I
of the
use
day,
astrology.
astrology is just trying to understand your weaknesses, your strengths, and
Yeah.
everyone should know those because, like you said, it just makes you such a better person.
Definitely, especially in like the
don't-
office. Like you
Yeah.
could have people who work a certain way better
Yeah.
together, and
Well, we did that. We did like it was like a bonding exercise of like what shapes and colors people are. I love that one. It's like I'm a yellow circle.
yes, you are.
It's funny.
You are.
Yellow circle.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
like,
Okay.
that's
How would you
perfect.
describe me?
No,
as
you're
a
definitely
shape?
a circle.
I'm definitely a circle.
Yeah,
Yay.
because the others were like, oh, you could be a squiggle. Squiggles were
Squiggle.
like kind of like chaotic and
Yeah, I guess that's kind of me a little bit.
creative.
Oh.
Whereas circles were more like people, as in like
people.
extroverted, happy,
Yeah.
which I get from you.
Oh.
But then like you're definitely not a square or a triangle. But you can see
I
like
feel like this should be a question.
Yeah. on the like
on
I
the
don't know
dating
apps you have to say which one. It was so clever, this training. They just put those 4 shapes around the room and
Yeah.
said just go to the one you're drawn to, and then
I
like
find that so
basically
fascinating.
everyone went to their right shape. But
I love that.
it was really fun.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, you got to do that one, and then there's a
Yeah.
color one as well.
Oh my gosh.
Which is similar.
I love that.
So like the triangle was like green, and the square was blue, and the squiggle was purple, and the circle was yellow.
I feel like I've learned so much.
So much. But yeah, it literally was that. And then the whole training was about how like circles can work with triangles well, and like what you guys can do together that works, and like how to manage maybe the more difficult points.
I think that can work in dating. Like,
Yeah.
there's moments where yin and yang come together and just work.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't work.
Oh, there's so many like couples I know that are complete opposites, and they just like figure it out, and it's really cool to see.
Love that.
Yeah.
You know, the couples that
It's
like
the
to
squiggles and the squares.
sleep together in the day and the night. Yeah. The morning and the night.
Yeah, exactly. They make it work. They've been together for ages, but
That's
yeah.
exciting.
They've clearly had an open conversation with like, this is what I prefer sexually, and then the other person said, this is what I prefer, and they've had to figure it out, and that's why it's working. It's like
Yeah.
the communication.
This is the thing. I feel like I'm quite direct. Like, I know what I like.
Yeah.
So like those conversations would happen quite early on, I think.
Yeah, and that's so important.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not going to move.
Because then you don't
Anyway.
know whether it is going to work or not.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's fun. Okay, we're going to wrap it up. You're going to do a little short summary of why someone should date you.
Okay, so like my little...
We've covered a lot
Yeah,
of in-depth things.
Yeah, there's a lot of like random things for you guys to be thinking about. I would probably say, like, to describe me in like a short sentence, adventure with lots of flirting. Like lots and lots of flirting. Like I love to flirt.
Yeah.
And like I love a bit of PDA. So expect
Oh,
that.
that's a good little thing to get in
Yeah.
there. Feel like
I
some
love a
people
bit of
are a bit
PDA.
tricky with that.
Yeah, I want to hold your hand. I want you to touch my leg in public, please. Thank you. Please and thank
It's
you.
kind of like a flirty energy of like,
yeah,
we're having a nice time.
definitely.
We're
Definitely.
together.
I think when you're into that person, you want to touch them all the time, and it doesn't have to be like inappropriate, but it's just like
yeah, I agree.
you're kind of connecting energetically, and
Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
your love language, touch?
definitely,
Yeah.
that's high up there, 100%.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say probably it's number one.
Yeah. It sounds like it would be number one. No, it's good though.
Touchy, feely, and flirty.
Good to know that, yeah. That's the title of the episode done. Amazing. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. This
been
is a
so
really
fun.
fun way to date.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Who wouldn't want a dose of adventure and flirt in their dating lives? You can date this guest by contacting the podcast on Instagram at Single Sounds or via email. Links and details are listed in the description or the show notes on the app you are listening to. I'll be back next week with another gorgeous single Londoner, next time a man. Thanks so much for listening as always, and have a great week. Bye.